Ask the Messengers, the program that deals with substance abuse, real people telling real stories. Hosted by Pastor Lester Lewis, co-host Charlize Wilkerson and Leroy Carey. Produced by David Humphreys. Where there is addiction, there is a chance for recovery. We're trying to help save lives on Ask the Messengers.
Today on Ask the Messengers, we focus on women in recovery. Also, on today's show, we share highlights from our 2nd anniversary celebration and our holiday drives. Plus, Pastor Lester Lewis sits down with Women's Recovery National Speaker and How Incorporated Director, Dr. Kimberly R. Scott of Atlanta. And now, Pastor Lester Lewis and Dr. Scott.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
All right,
so
glad to have you. And we all have a message to tell. We believe that here at Ask the Messengers. And one of the things we would like for you to do is we want you to tell us your message.
I think it's kind of like a lot of people who, when I was growing up on New Year's Eve, I was allowed to drink champagne. It wasn't that I was like drinking a whole glass, but you know, you get that sip and it's Happy New Year. Then when I turned 18, I had a friend was like, come on, why don't you smoke some weed? And so I tried that, did not like that. Then 1 years later, I was at my house with a couple of my friends over, and they had a friend who was in college who was coming home for the weekend. And I remember we were sitting on a couch, and she asked them if she could roll up a joint. And of course I was like, I don't care, because it was my place. And then she laced it with cocaine, and she did. It was passing around, and it was like, come on, just try it. And at that time, the only thing I knew about cocaine was that Richard Pryor shot up his car. So I remember going, no, I'm not. No, I don't want to do that, because he shot up his car. He went on top of the roof. He was acting a fool. And he was like, no, you don't do that. Don't do that. And they just kept on and kept on. And finally I said, okay, I'm going to try this. But I'm telling you now, if I start tripping and y'all don't stop me, when I come out of that, it's going to be real bad. Needless to say, what I ended up finding out was the effect that had on me. I became very laid back. And it was in comparison to people who smoke marijuana. I never got like real hyper and paranoid. I had the opposite effect. Okay. So that was my introduction. I did it a few times I did it, and then I stopped for many years. I never did it again. And then when I tried it again, that's when the addiction took off.
Looking for a rewarding career in healthcare? Enroll now at Odyssey Educational Center. Become a certified nursing assistant by taking our 3-week program, or enroll to become a hemodialysis technician in our 10-week program. We offer day and evening classes, free childcare, ages 6 weeks to 5 years old. Payment plans and financial aid available. Plus, we are a Michigan Works affiliate. Enroll now at Odyssey Educational Center. Area code 313-341-7512. Your new career begins at Odyssey.
Changing an addict's life and providing support to the addict's family is the goal of the Live Right Structured Recovery Corp. Here are their free January events. Dialectical Behavior Therapy, Wednesdays at 10 p.m. And on Thursdays, they offer free yoga classes and spiritual recovery classes. Automotive maintenance classes are also available. Call or go to their website for exact dates and times. Live Right also accepts donations of cars, trucks, boats, and campers in any condition. Again, for more information and a complete list of their events, go to their website at liverightstructuredcorp.com or call 586-217-5899. Life short, live right.
Stay tuned for more of Ask the Messengers.
Welcome, Judge Mathis. Thanks for coming to share an important message with the Wayne County taxpayers.
Well, thank you for allowing me to help. You know, most of my life I was a resident of Wayne County, and so I'm here to help because Treasurer Shabri wants to work with Wayne County homeowners to keep families in their homes and prevent foreclosure.
If you're having trouble making your property tax payments, let us know. We have many resources to help.
Take the first step towards staying in your home by going down to the Wayne County Treasurer's office on the 5th floor of the International Building in Greektown.
Stop by today to learn more about our payment plans and especially the newly extended interest rate reduction program.
Already in the payment plan? It's important you stay in good standing.
Making property tax payments is now easier than ever. We have placed payment kiosks in Rite Aid stores and community centers across the county. We've also added kiosks in our offices. Contact us at 313-224-5990 or email us at taxinfo@waynecounty.com.
We invite you to follow us on social media. Follow us on Facebook, on Twitter and Instagram. And listen, also, we have a YouTube page where you can sign up and subscribe to our site. Follow us. We will have updated videos coming from each week's show. So you want to, if you missed the show, that's all right. It will be on YouTube. We hope to have you as a part of our internet family.
What are you doing right now on the other side of your addiction?
Right now, I have an organization called H.O.W.W, Helping Our Warrior Women, and there's 2 programs. One is the Village Connection, which is a tutoring and mentoring program. We've been around for 20 years. The other program is the Phoenix. That is the residential program for the seasoned women. And basically, I am uplifting. I'm partnering with women from all walks of life to uplift them into leadership, to help them in their journey of discovery.
2018 was another blessed year for the Ask the Messengers TV show. We are so thankful to have celebrated our 2nd year on the air. This show is about real people sharing real stories to try to help save others from addictions. Here are a few testimonies shared with our street reporter LaShawn Battle during our 2nd year celebration held at the Rooster Tail.
How long have you been in the recovery process?
On the 26th of this month, I will have 32 years clean. The threat of losing my kids, I had reached the bottom and difficulty in my life that I never thought would happen to me. And I wanted a better life for myself and my kids.
In your struggles, how did you manage to stay clean?
Within the last 2 years, I buried my son was murdered. And through coming to the program and working the steps and developing a strong foundation, I was able to move on in my life, which is a slow process, but drugs was not an option for me.
I will be celebrating 25 years in November. The substance that brought me to my knees was alcohol. Like the book talks about, I was the one that was getting drunk a little too often, a little too much. Started causing trouble in my life. I was only 20 years old, and I started questioning, could it be the drugs? And thank God I had people in my life that pointed me in the right direction.
How was it for you going through with your son doing his addiction?
Well, it was very difficult. Today he is marvelous, he's fabulous, he's working, he's doing everything he should do. Those were rough days, and I'm not sure how to deal with it today, but today it is fine. It's not easy. You know, I grew up in a business where there was alcohol always involved, and we grew up with it. So it's not an easy world to live in today.
What was one of the worst days?
The ambulance from one hospital to another, stuff like that. But he's really doing good today. You know, you've got to hit the bottom to be able to understand where you are today, and he's doing such a good job today. He's neat, he's available, he's smart. There were a few rough years, and I think once one hits that, you have to understand how to deal with it. And he did, and now he's doing really a good job. And I think we have to look at the positive. We don't look at the negative. And I think that's where we are. You know, I'm not sure. When we were growing up, the things that happen today were just common back then. It was in all of your TV show where you smoked and you had a cocktail and you drank and you had a good time. Today it's a little different. So it's good to see what you're doing and what the positive things happen today. That's what's good.
We'll be right back with more of Ask the Messengers.
We invite you to come and be a part of any of our meetings that we have at our facility. The information is there on the screen. We have 2 weekly meetings, one on Wednesday, the other on Friday. We would be glad to have you, and with open arms, we will receive you.
After receiving a delinquent property tax bill for the 2 lots connected to my home, I was concerned. I didn't even know that I had a past due bill. I went down to the Wayne County Treasurer's office, and the staff worked with me to keep my property out of foreclosure.
My property taxes became delinquent after I fell behind on my bills. Treasurer Sabri and his staff came to the town hall in my city and provided information about resources available to help me. At the meeting, I found out about payment plan options.
Let us help you. Our goal is 0 owner-occupied properties getting foreclosed and going to the auction. Come down to our office at 400 Monroe in downtown Detroit on the 5th floor. Call 313-224-5990 during our normal business hours from 8 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. and until 6:30 p.m. on Wednesdays. Or email textinfo@waynecounty.com for assistance. Take the first step. Contact our office today.
It worked for us.
Ask the Messenger is not scripted. It's not a show in which we have actors and actresses. It is real people who have gone through real life circumstances.
And how long have you been in the recovery process?
I've been in recovery 22 years now. It's been 15 years and some months now. 18 years.
So at that time, my mother was in the rooms, and so I started by talking to her and, asking, could it be the drugs? And she told me most normal people don't have to ask themselves, could it be the drugs? And pointed me to the rooms. I first went to open meetings, listened to a lot of open talks, because I really didn't think, how could I be an addict? How could I be an alcoholic? I was 20 years old. I didn't think that I belonged. And the more people that I listened to, the more that I read the literature, the more that I understood that the disease of addiction entails so much more than just the use. And there were so many ways that the disease was very apparent in my life.
Well, actually, I completed a treatment program, and they suggested that I make meetings while I was in the treatment program, so I started doing that. And I got here to the Fellowships of Narcotics Anonymous and found help, and I found people like me, and I also found out that it wasn't me being morally deficient.
How was your experience in treatment?
Well, treatment came pretty easy. Again, I was tired, and so I was willing to follow the suggestions that they gave me, and it was a reprieve because I was tired of the idiotic things that I was repetitively doing.
Okay, so we have women in treatment that watch this program. I want you to take a look into the camera and say something to those ladies that might want to leave right now, or they're struggling with staying clean right now. Say something to help them.
Okay, to whoever is looking at this, who finds your life very simply being controlled by drugs, if you made it here to safety, stay here. Understand that you're chosen. You are chosen, because not everybody gets this chance to start their life over in a way that they're all right with, and society at large is all right with, and that they can feel all right with themselves. So if you're struggling with any part of this process of recovery, understand first that you have been chosen by God, chosen to have another chance at life. All of those mistakes behind you and the good life in front of you. So stay here, take your time with this process, and if you should slip, don't stay there. Get back into the process of recovery. It is rewarding, and it's God. It's just, you're blessed. But don't forget that if you're here on this side, you're chosen. So stay with the chosen winners.
Good afternoon, everybody. This is a PSA from Vonda Evans. As I'm driving in my car, I'm about to get high because there is at least 2 cars ahead of me that are emitting marijuana. Please note that under the new law that has been recently passed, it is illegal to drive and smoke marijuana. If I can smell it, I know that the police can smell it. And if the police can smell it, you're going to jail. So please, do not drive and smoke weed. This is a PSA. Thank you. Have a great day.
And what do you do today to stay clean?
The same thing I did when I first got here. If it ain't broke, don't try to fix it. I still make meetings regularly. This time I kind of incorporate church a little more, and I do step work. Sponsorship is very important. I just want to share this real quick. Recently, my son was murdered. If I wouldn't have had this fellowship, people to talk to, people to come and hold my hand and guide me through this, I wouldn't have made it through. It's very important. People try to separate the program and the fellowship, but they work hand in hand.
How has the program helped you?
Wow, the program has helped me tremendously. I'm gonna try not to get emotional. It took me a while to find out that it wasn't about me, that God had chose me to get my life in order to be there for those that I loved and those that loved me during my active addiction. In my process of recovery, my son was able to graduate high school without having a juvenile record, which is amazing. And then shortly after high school, he was incarcerated, and it allowed me to stay clean in that process, to be there for him and to get him back home on this side as a free man as he was born, and to be there for my mother, and which is truly a blessing because she was able to get 16 years of her daughter out of active addiction before she took her wings. And that was my best support in my process outside of the people in the fellowship. When I became open-minded to grasp onto new ideals on how to live, I started seeing the benefits of being clean. And in recovery process, I was able to become a college graduate.
We'll be right back with more of Ask the Messengers.
I'm Artesia Washington, and I'd like to welcome you to Irvine Head Injury, where restoring you to your previous level of functioning is our goal. We offer services such as physical therapy, occupational therapy, speech and language pathology, aquatic therapy, massage therapy, and counseling. An automobile accident is an unfortunate event. If you feel that you or a loved one can benefit from our services, you can be reached at 248-415-2500. We look forward to hearing from you.
Do you need a banner, brochure, or business cards? What about posters or funeral programs? No matter what your design and printing needs are, R&L Color Graphics can help. R&L Color Graphics has been serving the metropolitan area for more than 25 years and has also been honored to be the official printing partner for the Aretha Franklin Family Foundation. So if you're looking for an official Aretha Franklin funeral program, tribute item, or custom design job, give us a call at 313-345-3838 or visit us on the web at rnlcolor.com.
I'm Vonda Evans, and this is another PSA. It is now legal to possess 2.5 ounces of marijuana if you're over the age of 21. That's about 156 joints or blunts. What is not legal is the following. You cannot drive and smoke weed. You cannot smoke weed in federally funded housing projects, such as newly constructed apartments, dorms, or public housing. You also cannot smoke weed in public. You also cannot take your weed seeds and plant them next to your favorite tomatoes and or cucumbers. You also cannot buy weed from your favorite weed dealer without a license. I'm telling you this because I don't want you to end up here. This has been another PSA from Vonda Evans.
Opiates has taken everything and everyone I've ever loved away from me. Everything. All I did was dance. I was being scouted for a scholarship. I blew my ankle out and I got prescribed pain pills by my doctor. If making my detox public is gonna help somebody, I'm all for it.
Is there any medicine that I can have right now? I'm cold sweating really bad.
just wish I would have had a warning.
Opioid dependence can happen after just 5 days. Know the truth, spread the truth.
We need your help. Won't you sow a seed today? Your gift is tax deductible. A gift of any size, any amount helps us to save a life. By getting the word out, by allowing us to be on these airways to deliver this message and this information is invaluable. And again, we would be so glad to have you as a partner in this effort. Thank you so much. Real people telling real stories.
My bottom was when my grandmother passed away, 2014. I wanted to go with her. And I was using alcohol to cover up my feelings and my emotions, and suicide kicked in. I tried to commit suicide numerous of times.
And how did you go about getting help?
I just got tired, and I knew it was like God saved me for a reason. And I've been through so much in the streets. And once I knew that my God saved me, then I called the 1-800 number. And I was begging for help. I was crying and crying, begging for help. And I got the help that I needed.
And so when you called the 1-800 number, did you go through treatment or did you come straight off the streets?
Oh, I went to treatment. It was so funny because they said, come now. And I said, oh, I'm not ready now. You know, they was like, come right now. I was like, right now, and I hung up. And I went the next day, and I've been on and popping for 2 years now. 2 years.
So if you could say something to a young girl out there that's caught up in the lifestyle, that's looking for a way out, don't know it's a way out, what would you say to that young lady?
Oh my God, please, you are worth it. You are somebody, and you have a choice. Just have faith and just know that you are not alone, and just talk to someone. It's not worth it. Your life is very important.
A man tried to kill me, and I was rushed to the hospital, and it was a nurse, and I never could find her anymore, but she came in my room and said, asked me what happened, and I told her the truth. And she said, if I can get some help for you, would you take it? And I said, yeah, reluctantly at first. And then she came back and said, do you have transportation? I said, no. She came back with the ticket for the cab. And she asked me, did I have any insurance for the medication? And I said, no. She came back with that. And they sent me to Fort in the Boulevard.
Being in a 12-step program, would you say that the program worked?
Yes, it works. It really works. The 12th of October, I have 24 years of being abstinent from drugs, alcohol, whatever.
What would you say to a young lady that's out there getting abused right now and using drugs and just feel hopeless? What would you say to her?
It's a way out. You might not be looking for it, but you're also not looking for to die out there. And there's people that can embrace you and love you for who you are. And you can get better coming into Narcotics Anonymous. I did.
In the 12-step program, how do you celebrate recovery?
Being very happy that I'm here. I'm still here. God seen fit to save me and to put me on this journey that I'm still on. I have a whole lot of respect for Narcotics Anonymous and the people that's in Narcotics Anonymous that still will help me, knowing that, you know, I just lost my son in June. Narcotics Anonymous has been tremendously helping me, okay? We help each other at all times.
Now, this here is going to be a different kind of story. He's not a person in recovery, but he's been around people that have addiction. And we're going to hear his testimony from the other side.
Yes, well, first of all, I want to congratulate Aston Messengers because you're doing something so important to this community. And it really does symbolize the importance of when people talk about the problem, there can be a solution. As you often say, where there is addiction, recovery is possible. And coming from a community where all of us, whether we know it or not, we're around people who are addicted to something, and certainly substance abuse has affected so many people. So I applaud this program because you are very vocal, and you understand the importance of when you are vocal, then you can talk about it, and there's nothing to be ashamed about. And certainly some of the people that Ask the Messengers have touched, and their stories, the testimonies, really talk about the importance of who we are as a society, because there are people that had they not been touched, then certainly we would not be in the spirit that we are right now at this celebration.
Thank you. What comes from the heart touches the heart.
Yes.
A spirit touches spirit, touches spirit, touches spirit. And that's what we're about, saving lives today. You know, recovery is real. Addiction is real. I am a person in long-term recovery. I got clean at 26 years old. You know, I'll be 50.
Wow.
I don't have a relapse in my story on no drugs, but in other areas. But we do recover. Women do recover. The 12-step program work. Whatever works for you, you know, it works.
Yeah, and you know what, I want to say that it is not about the moment, it's about the movement. And certainly when you talk about recovery, moments come in so many different descriptions. You know, you have good moments, you have bad moments, but if you don't focus on the moment and you understand that your life is about a movement, then certainly Ask the Messengers, that's what you guys are focusing on, the movement of our lives. And there's an old saying, united we stand, divided we fall. And you're all about unity in this community. And I want to say also shout out to Pastor Lester Lewis, because it is his vision that is God bless. That's what we're talking right now.
During the holiday season, Ask the Messengers held our first Adopt a Child drive, and we also partnered with the Detroit Police Department for their annual holiday giveaway. Thank you to everyone who made donations to make it all possible. Thank you for watching, and please know that recovery is possible.
God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference.